So I'm out in the woods, as you can see, and I just thought I'd talk you through doing a middle world journey and the protocol involved. So if you're going to be journeying outside and into the middle world, which is the landscape that we live in, you still have to follow the same protocol as if you're travelling to the underworld or the upper world. So I would start by smudging myself, which I've just done, completely with sage. Good smudge over my tools, myself, and then just grounding. If you can be barefoot, fine. I'm not. Well, that's because it's winter, but if you can, that's better, because then you're earthing yourself. I would hold a stone which I have in my pocket, on a stone person, and that keeps you grounded as well. So I usually put it in my drum hand, and then you need to start taking some deep breaths. And I'm just whistling in my spirit helpers. It's just a call I use to say that I'm ready to do some shamanic work. And I'd always create a sacred space when I'm journeying as well. You don't want to attract any unwanted energies, and you're quite vulnerable when you're journeying, so it's important to set up a sacred space. So I've already made myself a medicine wheel here on the floor, and I would open the medicine wheel by calling in the direction. So however you do that for yourself, I normally sing a song, but I would call in the spirits of the east. And I'm not going to do my long version here. It usually takes me about 10 minutes to open the medicine wheel. So calling in the spirits of the east and all those energies that are held in the east, facing that direction. Then I would turn and face the south and call in the powers and the energies and the spirits of the south. And I'll do the same in the west. Same in the north, Grandmother Earth, Grandfather Sky, and the spirit within, which is my higher self, my observer, my witness. So grounding yourself, welcoming in all those energies, all those helping spirits, your power animals. And you set your intention for the journey that you would like to do. So, for example, on this journey, I came out here to be with the deer. I'm feeling a calling to connect with the deer at the moment, after that beautiful pendant that I was gifted by Hedge and Cave. And so I want to work with the deer energy. So I'd usually be sitting on the floor when I'm drumming, but I'm not going to do it today because it's wet, but that's okay. You can still get yourself into a good light trance when you're standing, and even with your eyes open. You don't have to have your eyes shut for this middle world journey. And so I would pass through a gateway. So find yourself an imaginary gateway, like two trees that form a nice doorway to move through. So energetically I'd move through this gateway, through this doorway, greeting the guardian spirits of the middle world and asking their permission to go through. And then I walk through, and it can be a fantasy land, it can be, your imagination running wild. It doesn't have to be this actual setting where I am. I could be in a much denser forest, or I could be on the tundra, or in a snowy landscape. It doesn't really matter. You're only limited by your imagination, and that's what journeying is all about, really. So I would imagine moving through into this landscape, feeling it, smelling it, observing everything that's around me, hearing the birds. Crows have come to join in. And I would sense what animals are around, what plants are there, what trees, is the sun shining, is it at night? Just get a feeling for this landscape. And when you're really feeling grounded in this landscape, you up the tempo on your drum to a fast drum, and what this does is it takes you into a light trance, not a deep trance, but a light trance where your imagination can run wild a little bit. So as I'm drumming, I'm still moving around this landscape. I'm looking to see who's around me, what animals are around me. Maybe there's some nature spirits who've come to see what's going on. And I ask any animals or trees that I might see if they have any messages for me. And are there deer around? And I look around and see if I can see any deer, and they might be hiding in the undergrowth. Anyway, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong way of doing a journey. You just trust your intuition, you trust where your imagination takes you. And so when you've encountered the animal or the trees or the flowers or the stone people that you wish to encounter, and you've gleaned whatever information they have to give you, you can then return. And you do that, you signal that by doing 4 strong beats, and what that does is it brings you back to the place of recognition of the here and now, the present. And then you would just retrace your steps wherever you came, wherever you went, back to the gateway, the archway. And you would thank the guardian spirits that are there. Take note of what they look like. And you would return to the place where you're sitting, lying, standing. Well, not lying, because it's difficult to drum yourself in your life. But you bring yourself back into your body. And you just allow the information that you've received to sink into your body. And you thank all your helping spirits for being with you, for guiding you, for protecting you. And you bring yourself back. Home. And when I'm journeying, because I've already opened the medicine wheel, you need to close it as well, so you're not leaving a gap, a hole. So I would go in the opposite direction. So I started in the east before to open it. I went east, south, west, north. So this time I would go north, west, south, east to close it, including Grandmother Earth, Grandfather Sky, and the Spirit within. And I would just say, with gratitude, thank you for accompanying me on this journey. Thank you for holding the space for me. Thank you for protecting me. Farewell and blessed be. And I would move through each direction doing that. And then I would sit down usually and journal what I've just felt. And don't feel that whatever you have seen, whatever you've experienced is made up. This is what journeying's about. It's you start by imagining with your ego, with your mind, and then something bigger than you takes over. So don't poo-poo anything that you experience on your journeys. write it down with the date and where you were and everything. And every time you do a journey, I would record it so that in times further along you might want to go back and revisit a journey and maybe get more insights from it at this later date, because they don't always present, the wisdom doesn't always present itself to you first off. So that's a very brief protocol of how to shamanic journey. If you are a novice, I wouldn't venture into the underworld or the upper worlds initially until you're really proficient in journeying into the middle worlds and you feel that you are safe and that you're protected, because if you go into the lower world, for example, you might pick up some unwanted energies. They might latch onto a vulnerable, not fully protected you. So there you go. If you'd like to journey with me, give me a call.